This is the NCAA softball regional tournament here at East Texas Baptist University, and I am here with Redlands University head coach Jose Ortega, Danielle Stallings, and Kalyn Kershner after the very tight, close loss to BSC. Coach, you guys were in a situation where you were able to get the bases loaded, get the runs in, and your team was very excited. And just kind of talk about in a situation like that where you've got the confidence going in the bottom of the seventh, just not able to close it out the way you want to, but just kind of talk about as a coach, what were you seeing out there from your team?
Yeah, I was obviously very proud that we were able to come back and put up that 4 spot in the top of the seventh. We talk about trying to slow the game down in those situations, and I think we did a good job. And then Kalyn came up with a huge hit to drive into to give us that 2-run lead. But I think we're learning. You know, we've as far as postseason, we haven't been to the postseason. Our program hasn't been to the postseason in 7 years. This is my 3rd year here, and we're doing a good job of turning the program around. And we just got to make sure that we, on the defensive side, still kind of slow the game down and enjoy those moments to shut games down and get back in the dugout and celebrate with our team. So.
Absolutely, Coach. And so for a team, like you said, haven't been in the postseason play for the last 7 seasons or so, you know, how big is this for you guys to be able to be a part of a tournament like this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously showing up and seeing everything here, the 6 teams, we got 3 national seeds in our bracket, but, we're going to show up and still fight. So like I said, we're learning, but it doesn't mean we're not thinking about, winning this thing and heading on to Virginia, I believe. And that's the goal. We set out to be the number 1 seed in our conference. We did that. We set out to win the conference tournament. We did that. We got a little setback here. And we got ETBU. We talked about it right now. If we were going to win this thing, we were going to have to beat them at some point. So why not this early and try to go on a run? So.
Absolutely. Kalyn, just kind of talk to me about when you have a situation like you guys had in the top of the 7th. It was a bit of a grind throughout the game, 2-0 up until that point. How hard is it to kind of, focus on just what you have to do for the next play without looking, too far ahead as a team? How hard is that situation for you guys?
Honestly, it's a little nerve-wracking, but being there with my teammates on the bases, my teammates in the dugout, I know that even if I don't do what I'm supposed to, they'll be behind me. If I do, they'll be there to support me. And I just know that my team will be behind me no matter what.
Absolutely. And Danielle, just kind of talk about battling kind of the weather. It was pouring down pretty much all weekend, all week really for the most part. So just kind of talk about with that added element, how much more focus did you guys kind of have to be in that situation?
Really focused. I think it was really down to focusing 1 pitch at a time and really emphasizing that. And I think giving that advice to my teammates, just kind of taking 1 pitch at a time and knowing that we can, end up on top.
Coach, coming from California, this being your first time in 7 years for the program to be in the NCAA tournament, just talk about the experience overall, you and your players, both you, Danielle and Kalyn. Talk about just being able to go to the postseason like this and travel and be able to play a highly competitive tournament.
Yeah, like the travel part, right? We played the furthest we traveled this year was 2 hours to Thousand Oaks to go play in a conference game. So getting on a plane and doing all that, I'm surprised it went as smoothly as it did because it was the first time. So again, using that as experience, and then we've got some young, talented young ladies on our team that we're going to take this experience, and then it's the standard now, right, in our program. So hey, we went to the regionals. Guess what? This is what we got to try to do to get back here again. Our conference is tough, but we've set out to try to turn this program around, and we're getting there. So yeah.
Danielle, Kalyn, talk about just the travel NCAA experience.
I think it's huge. Being able to have this opportunity is absolutely amazing. It's what we kind of all dream of as softball players, and I think it's really kind of coming to light, and it's really, really exciting to just be here.
Yeah, it's definitely an experience. It's a lot more traveling than we're used to, but I wouldn't want any other team with me coming to the postseason.
Did you guys have anything else before we close out? Or
Yeah, we're gonna give them heck, man. We're gonna come out. We're gonna show up, and losing the first game in a 6-team regional is tough. Definitely not what you want to try to do. But we're gonna strap our cleats on again tomorrow, and keep fighting till it's done or till we get to Sunday.
all right, thank you guys.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. No.